So, a very good morning to all of you guys. I welcome you again on my channel. So, as in previous video, I demonstrated IoT, that what is Internet of Things. So now in this video, we are going to talk about history and future of IoT. That is how IoT started and what is the future of IoT. So let's start. The term Internet of Things is 20 years old, but the actual idea of connected devices that had been around longer, at least since the 70s. The idea was often called embedded internet or pervasive computing, but the actual term Internet of Things was coined by Kevin Austin in 1999. Austin, who was working in supply chain optimization, wanted to attract senior management attention to a new existing technology called RFID because the internet was the hottest new trend in 1999 and because it somehow made sense, he called his presentation as Internet of Things. So, as I told you, Kevin Austin gave the definition and the term Internet of Things. The Internet of Things has not been around for very long. However, there have been visions of machine computing with one another since the early 18s. Machines have been providing direct communication since the telegraph was developed in 1830s and 1840s, described as wireless telegraphy. This was the first IoT project you can say that was developed in 1830s and 1840s, but the name IoT was coined in 1999 by Kevin Austin. But the idea of IoT was since 18s. So the first radio voice transmission took place on June 13 in 1900, providing another necessary component for developing the Internet of Things. The development of computer began in 1950s. The internet itself, a sufficient component of the IoT, started out as a part of DARPA Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, as I told you in my first video also that what is internet and how internet evolved. That internet started in 1969, the essential component of IoT. If you want to know more about internet, you can go to my first video, that is what is internet. So you will get to know in detail about that what is internet. So now I have given you the detailed idea that how IoT is developed. So you can read it by yourself. I will tell you some main years only that was used to rise the technology IoT. In 1832, an electromagnetic telegraph was created by Baron Sisling in Russia. In 1844, Samuel Morse sent the first Morse code public telegraph message, that was "What hath God wrought?" from Washington DC to Baltimore. Then in 1969, ARPANET or Internet was developed, that is the main part of IoT. Then in 1974, TCP/IP was developed. Then in 1984, Domain Name System, that is DNS, was introduced. Then in 1989, Tim Berners-Lee proposes the WWW, that is World Wide Web, that is hugely used at a time. Then in 1990, consider the first IoT device. John Romney created a toaster that could be turned on and off over the internet for the October. That was the first IoT project designed by John Romney, and it was a toaster. Then in 1991, the first web page was created by Tim Berners-Lee. Then in 1993, created by Quentin Stamford Fraser and Paul Jaffer, the Trojan Room coffee pot was located in the Trojan Room within the computer laboratory of the University of Cambridge and was used to monitor the pot level with an image being updated about 3 into a minute and sent to the building server. It was later put online for viewing once browser could display images. This was the second project you can say of IoT. Then in 1994, Steve Van created Spherecam. Then in 1995, the internet goes commercial with Amazon and eBay, that is eBay. Then in 1998, Google was developed, the huge engine we use today. In 1998, Google is incorporated. Then in 1999, a big year for IoT and MIT. As we all know, in 1999, the Internet of Things term is coined by Kevin Austin, executive director of Auto ID Center. So this was all about that how IoT develop the before the term Internet of Things was coined. This was developing, but the term IoT was given in 1999. Then, have you ever thought of living in a completely automated world? A place where you have nothing to look for and everything is automatic or can be controlled merely with your smartphone? Well, a few years back, all this was looked upon as a distinct reality, a dream, and some even termed this as a crazy idea for lazy youngsters. Clearly, the evolution of world over the internet is taking place faster than expected, and almost everyone is looking forward to the fate of IoT and what it holds for us for the next time. For those who have no idea about IoT, let's just say IoT is the future towards artificial intelligence and complete automation of the physical existing world. So now we will talk about future of IoT, that how IoT will evolve and what impact IoT will make on society. So IoT devices are becoming a part of mainstream electronics culture, and people are adopting smart devices into their homes faster than ever. By 2020, it is estimated that there will be up to 21 billion connected devices to the internet. IoT devices will be a huge part of how we interact with basic everyday objects. In just 1 year alone, we went from having 5 million IoT devices connected to the internet to billions. The future is happening now, and these devices are getting smarter every day through machine learning and artificial intelligence. Let's go through some latest technology trends that will be trending that are trending in IoT. So, making the house and the city smart, taking data analysis to a new level, better healthcare, better resource management, consumer adoption, securing IoT and connected devices, AI and big data, edge computing over cloud computing. So, Internet of Things by 2025. As we know, it is 2020. We already have growth in IoT, but what will happen by 2025? The Internet of Things devices such as machines and sensors are expected to generate 79.4 gigabytes of data in 2025. You can see the huge amount of data, 79.4 gigabytes of data, which is predicted by IDC, International Data Corporation. Also, IoT will grow at a compound annual growth rate of 28.7% over 2020 to 2025. According to the projection of the Statista Research Department, 75.44 billion devices will be connected with the IoT worldwide by 2025. IoT internet technology is the next major step in making the world a connected place. The Internet of Things grows artificial intelligence. We know IoT refer to the device that transfer data over a network that generates unimaginable amount of data, and many organizations are clueless about how to manage this amount of data. Also, no organization will ignore this data if it is related to customers and their personal information. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that helps computers to learn without programming them. The computers are programmed in a way to focus on data they receive from the device and learn with received data to understand the customer's preference and adjust itself accordingly. To solve this amount of customer data, IoT allows data flow between the devices, and AI can help to manage this data without any human errors. Also, AI is considered the key propellant to growth of IoT revolution. So now, as we all know, we use sensors and actuators to make IoT system. So this sensors and produce huge amount of data, which is very difficult to control for the companies and very difficult to handle. So there are many other things that we use in IoT to manage this data, that is machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing. So we will discuss in detail about machine learning, AI, cloud computing in other videos, but in next video you will going to know about what is the difference between machine learning, IoT, internet of everything, and industrial IoT. What are the difference between all these, as definition of all these things are almost same but not the exactly same. So the third thing that would be the future of IoT, that is 5G, the fuel that IoT needs. 5G is central to the IoT or signal network for billions of applications. In a span of 10 years, from 2020 to 2030, IoT devices will grow from 75 billion to more than 100 billion, and improvement from 4G to 5G in terms to grow IoT is most important. Today's 4G network can support up to 5500 to 6000 NB IoT devices on a single cell. With the 5G network, up to 1 million devices can be handled by a single cell. So this was all about the future of IoT, that how IoT will be growing and what impact will IoT make. So in future everything will be automated and we are going to do just what we are going to give commands and everything will be done automatically. Even human interaction is also not needed in IoT systems. So what we need to do is we need to learn how to program and how to make world better. So see you in next video, and in next video we are going to talk about difference between M2M, IoT, AI and other technologies, so that you must be clear that what is IoT and what is the difference between other technologies. So see you in next video. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you.